Sorry about that. Have a light version of screen recording software, so maximum timeout. Anyway, so as I was saying, we eventually got all of our vertices to load in correctly, and it was just a matter of getting the car to render correctly. So down here, we'll go down. This is our draw function. We set up our trib pointers here. We set a bunch of uniforms, we bind our textures, we set our matrices, and then this is where we do the drawing. Now this is kind of an ugly process because JavaScript is somewhat limited in its data structures that it has, and so we didn't have a dictionary type to map the colors of the body parts to their specific names, and we were running out of time, so we really just went with something that we knew would work. So we went through here. And basically what we do is we call each, for each part, we call draw elements, and we send it that particular color of that part, and we do it for each of the indices of that specific part. So we do this for we go and we do this for every part, calling draw elements. Now once we get down here to the rims and the tires, we have to do something different. Because we have to translate to the center of the wheel for each of these in order to do the rotation when we're going forward and backwards. It's kind of ugly. We have to create a temporary matrix to use instead of our original model matrix because we want to preserve that for the next part. And so then we go through here. We set a temp matrix. And then we set our uniforms, and we check if rotate tires is true, and then we go through these translations and rotations, and we do this for each of the parts. And eventually, we got stuff to work. Kind of some iterations through. We had some interesting results along the way. For example, for a while, we were getting a car that looked like this that had a body and a roof, but none of this other stuff. And it was something strange with the indices we were passing in as the parameters. In addition, we got, this is my favorite, I call it the transformer. We basically were overshooting our bounds on the vertices, and it was getting crazy information back. And then eventually we got it to work, and we got it to look something like this. And I thought that was pretty cool. So, let's see here. The last issue we kind of encountered was with some of the transformations. I think this is because of just the fact that WebGL is somewhat new, but there was, for example, when we first tried to do a rotation to set the car up initially, we were trying to rotate around the y-axis, but the output rotated around the x-axis. So we're not sure what caused some of these errors, but like I said, WebGL is still very new, and so some things are just a little buggy now. So now I'm going to demo what we have. This is our Mini Cooper. You can see we can toggle on and off the texture here. We can toggle on and off the lighting. This is with lighting off. This is with lighting on. Pretty interesting. And then we can drive around. Very similar to what we did in the projects A3 and A4. You can see the wheel spinning there, looking like a baller. So yeah, that's our project. Thought it was really cool. I was really glad that we were able to get it working. Let's see, what do we have unfit? What are the one thing that we weren't really able to implement fully was the lighting. As you can tell, it seems like the diffuse component of the lighting is a little messed up, and so as you can see, if we're over here, let's see if we can get it over there. Like the left side of the car should be darker than it is, but I don't know. I think our lighting's a little bit messed up, but that's the only thing that really is a little sketchy right now. So what did we learn with this project? I would say we definitely learned that kind of similar things to what we learned with OpenGL. The initial